There are two people, whenever I meet, I like to make a lot of jokes with them because they are very old, not that old, but they really love to work with young people. One of them today is sitting somewhere, is hiding himself, Dr. Hassan Mshinda, and the other one is a gentleman I'm going to call right now on stage, His Excellency Honorable H.E Mattli, Switzerland Ambassador to East Africa and Zambia. Welcome on stage, sir.
I didn't know that I'm so old. But I have to make a coming out. I'm a BBC. I'm a born before computer. To my self-defense, I sent my first email before many of you were born. It was in September 1984. And I was a revolutionary when I proposed my ministry, also in September. Everything happens in September, October. A website for our ministry in 1994. Your Excellency, the Minister, the CEO of Sahara Ventures, dear Rebecca, Board Chair of AfriLabs, dear Mr. Tommy Davis, dear participants, dear guests and friends. I was told that I will find today a crowd of tech freaks, and I don't see hardly any telephone. Can you just show me your telephones, please? More? Okay. A little bit more, please. It's still not good enough for me. Really high, please. Good. That's good. Now stop. Because I was also told that the whole exercise today is about connectivity. Jumanane, may I propose you something? That now, just now, we take a selfie and you send now the selfie to Cameroon, to Nigeria, to Switzerland, just to demonstrate that we are really well connected. Please. I will take one of you. I give you 20 seconds. 15 seconds. I have to go on Pano. Sorry for that. Thank you so much. You may be wondering about two things. Why is a Swiss ambassador standing in front of you today? It has nothing to do with fintech and technology. And what has he to say? Now, to answer the first question is very simple. Switzerland is known as the home of watches. So the organizers were sure that I will respect the time given to me and not speak too long. There may be, of course, also another reason that Switzerland ranks in innovation #1 in the Global Innovation Index, and perhaps I have the one or the other story also to tell. For me, Africa and innovation is very important because it is really what we want also to partner with. Let me recall that Africa did not participate in the first industrial revolution, that Africa benefited only limited to the second industrial revolution. However, Africa contributed somewhat to the third and still ongoing industrial revolution. 2 years ago, Dr. Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, he launched a new terminology, which is the fourth industrial revolution. And it is marked by emerging technology breakthroughs in a number of fields, including robotics, artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, quantum computing, biotechnology, the Internet of Things, 3D printing, and autonomous vehicles. But I add also disruptive ways how government may work. What makes this revolution different than all the other previous revolutions are three things. First, its velocity. Second, its scope. And third, the system's impact. The speed of current breakthroughs has no historic precedent in mankind. When compared with previous industrial revolutions, the fourth is evolving at an exponential rather than a linear pace. Moreover, it is disrupting almost every industry in every country. The depth of these changes proclaims the transformation of entire systems of production, management, and governance. I believe that we will witness three major phenomena when observing the fourth industrial revolution. First, the development of a totally new framework for and depth of innovation. Second, the emergence of an unprecedented level of connectivity. And third, the rise of a new public-private cooperation and partnership. And let me just shortly exemplify how my country is addressing this fourth industrial revolution. In Switzerland, we have one of the very, very few countries in the world enshrined in our constitution the promotion of technology and innovation. I call that this new framework and collective understanding underlines really the importance of innovation we give in Switzerland. And as there is no copyright of our constitution, please feel free to copy Article 64, paragraph 1 of the Swiss Constitution. It's almost a free shareware. Based on this constitutional mandate, InnoSwiss, the Swiss Innovation Agency, was funded, and I will share then bilaterally of those who are interested about this agency more information. We have invested importantly into innovation of data management, and it proved to be right. Every day, 750,000 people are crossing the borders in and out of Switzerland. This is more than in the US. Every single day, Switzerland expedites 20,000 trucks at its borders, and every single day. Every day, Switzerland issues 100,000 import, export, and transit permits. This is more than China. Without an unprecedented level of connectivity, this would have never been possible. Over the last 5 years, Switzerland, the birthplace of the World Wide Web, has emerged as a leading hub for blockchain technology. We have the so-called Crypto Valley ecosystem, very close to Zurich in the canton of Zug, and it has very quickly become a global center where emerging cryptographic, blockchain, and other distributed ledger technologies and businesses are operating. And you will be surprised that Zug has only 30,000 inhabitants and about 400 companies in the blockchain technology. Again, without a new understanding and partnership of the public and private sector, this emergence would not have been possible. Dear participants, let me conclude with a central question on Africa. What are the new opportunities and the new risks of the fourth industrial revolution for Africa? If your answer is based on the classical half-glass metaphor, recall that the half glass of water matters always positively for the person in need, and you cannot ignore his or her demand. Recall also that innovation happens where there are challenges, and in Africa, in such a fertile continent, we see many of these challenges. Leapfrogging innovations in Africa may have much higher impact on its development than many other innovations elsewhere in the world or even policies. And most importantly, today, innovation happens to 99% in partnerships and exchanges. I therefore truly believe that the fourth industrial revolution brings a new chance of partnership between Africa and development partners, organizations, and foundations. Allow me to recognize the Swiss-based Ortner Foundation as a partner of today's event, and also with the country leader, Dr. Hassan Mashinda. I wish you all a great Sahara Sparks and AfriLabs annual gathering 2018, full of new exchanges, new contacts, new opportunities. And lastly, allow me to conclude with a word by Yuval Noah Harari, who reminds us that big data may invert traditional pyramid of learning. Historically, data was seen as only the first step in a long chain of intellectual activities. Humans were supposed to distill data into information, information into knowledge, and knowledge into wisdom. While we have to invest in big data, in computer algorithms, we shall never forget that at the end of the chain, knowledge and wisdom have always to prevail for the sake of a better world and for the next generation. Thank you so much.